Thanks, Ashley. Hi, yeah, I'm Jennifer. I'm a technical solutions consultant with Hagerman. I've been with Hagerman for a few years. Background on me is I've worked primarily with higher ed institutions in Meridian. I worked with CU Boulder back in the day when we were the client and implementing Meridian, so I have some experience in that. I've also worked in construction, architecture, engineering, and facilities management along my path. So that's me. I'm going to turn my camera off now so that you can focus on the presentation and not be distracted by me or anything behind me. All right. So today's webinar is about Meridian Mobile and documents in the palm of your hand. This is really important lately with the pandemic and everybody working remotely. And facilities maintenance personnel needing accurate documentation while they're in the thick of things, maybe doing a repair or an inspection, having those current things right in their hand, and being accessible from anywhere in your plant or on your campus. So we're going to talk about Meridian Mobile and some background on Hagerman. The agenda today, we're going to give you an overview, and my camera came back on. Overview of Hagerman and Accruent. I'm also going to cover an overview of the Meridian products and what Meridian is. And then we'll talk about Meridian Mobile, and we'll talk about IntelliMobile, and then we'll have time for questions. Craziness, the space bar turns your camera on. Overview of Hagerman and Company. Hagerman's been in business almost 40 years now, and they've had constant ownership and management. They have offices across the country, and again, with the pandemic, everyone went remote, so if you count everyone in their homes, we have a ton of offices now. They've had 26 plus years in data management and document management experience, over 1,200 successful customer projects, and we offer multiple systems in addition to Meridian. Accruent is the product owner of Meridian. It used to be Blue Cello. They sold to Accruent. They have a multitude of products to help with facilities management and document management, space planning and things like that. There's a lot of Meridian customers worldwide. This is not just Hagerman, but it all encompassing of Meridian. I'm going to scroll through these kind of quickly and not really name them. And then the last slide is the education front, which I specialize in, so that's why this one kind of takes up more space for me. What is Meridian? Meridian is a document management system. They call it an engineering document management system primarily. That was the focus, but it has branched out into education and higher ed institutions, as well as jurisdictional, such as cities, counties, and then, of course, manufacturing plants. Some utility companies also use Meridian. So we have a wide range, but it's a secure document vault where you can check in and check out documents. You can work on them live, or you can have it as an archive. It keeps track of revision history. We have CAD integration for designers. If you have in-house engineering happening, you can do concurrent engineering. Any file types, you can search, view, print, customizable workflow, web access. Main point is that you have to have Meridian in order to use the other two products we're going to talk about. The benefits of having the document management system basically is that everybody has the single point of truth for documentation. There are less errors because people can find the latest and greatest, say warranty or O&M manual, even drawings during construction. Sometimes that can be a problem. And it allows users access in many ways. The Meridian solution, the one I primarily talk about, is the enterprise solution. We also have a cloud solution, it's similar. But the products are, there's Meridian Portal, which is your collaboration tools, and you can transfer documents back and forth either through Meridian directly, your Meridian Vault, or you can use it as a standalone product. Meridian Explorer is the web-based search, view, print for for searching. It's very easy for people at their desktops to just search for what they need. Meridian Power is your vault, your home page. That's where people that are entering documents work or working on documents. That is the basis of all these products. And then what we're going to talk about is Meridian Mobile, which is a direct tie-in to Meridian Explorer. And we'll talk about that a little bit more, but it's available on your phones and tablets. We're also going to discuss Hagerman's IntelliModule portion of mobile. We have a second option that works with Meridian. We have these modules that do different things, but again, we're going to talk about IntelliMobile, which is a configurable mobile solution for both IntelliWizard, which is Meridian that has these add-ons, and non-IntelliWizard configurations. It can be used with your standard Meridian config as well. Meridian Mobile. In the palm of your hand, you have access to your Meridian Vault. All of your documents that you allow to be publicly shared, and if you have security rights, obviously, you can get into these documents from your phone. This is compatible on iOS, Apple products, Android, and Windows 10. So if you have Windows 10, you can also install this on your desktop as an application. So it's kind of flexible in that way as well if somebody wants to put it on their desktop and have it accessible that way. It utilizes the existing domain login, making it secure, and it's configured using the Meridian Explorer product. So whatever security roles you have in there also apply to your Meridian Mobile. And it makes it one place to manage all of that security and what people can and can't see in the mobile configuration. You go to when you log in, it shows you this home page, and you search this all documents with the metadata properties that are available in your configuration based on the setup of the view in Explorer. So it's configurable. You can have people search on certain documents and have pre-filtered views. You can also view your to-do list right here, which is handy if you're working with configurable workflow within Meridian. If you are, say, a reviewer of a certain type of document, it will show here, and you can come in and you can send it on to the next person or take a look at it for, so you can approve it later if you need to. While you're out in the field, you can verify. Once you find a document, you can view all the properties of that document. This is also a little bit configurable, not as much as the other product we'll talk about, but you can actually see the different properties, and you can see where it is. If it's in a workflow state, you can see who is working on that document and know that it's in process. You can view the PDF renditions right from the app. You just click on it and view it, and it pops up on your screen as a PDF. You can also print those PDFs. It's configurable to go to your printers, obviously Wi-Fi, so that you can print these draft prints and have a copy if necessary to hand off to someone else. But the idea of mobile is to not have paper copies, so use this wisely if you have it. And you can also open the native source file from the phone if you have a way to view that on your device. If you don't have a CAD viewer, for example, you probably don't want to open that native source file, but it's there if you want to. Quickly, the workflow. This is the workflow that's already configured in Meridian Power if you're using it. That's the to-do, my to-do list. You can see the workflow tasks for yourself if you're in it, or on that document properties, you can see where it is in this process. If you're the reviewer, for example, you can then assign it to someone else and transfer it down the line, but you configure that all in Power. Again, when you're searching for documents, you have access to the latest, up-to-date, most current documentation. If it's in Meridian, you have access to it. You can find documents related to assets and vice versa. If you use the Meridian asset management module, it makes it very easy. Or if you're utilizing equipment tags in Meridian Power, those are also available in here. You can get feedback directly from the field. If someone opens up one of those PDF renditions and notices an error, they can mark up on that PDF. They can annotate it, they can add comments, and it will put it in the system through Explorer using the same tools that Explorer has for markup and comments. And if there are notifications set, someone will be notified that a change needs to happen. So if you're out on your plant floor and notice that something isn't quite right on a document, you can mark it up, and your settings in Explorer and Power will notify maybe engineering that something is incorrect and they need to fix it. You can also download the documents so that you can have it offline. If you're preparing to go into a location, say a utility tunnel on your campus or even a plant or your city, and you know there isn't any good service, you can download those PDF renditions straight to your document so that you have them when you go in when there's no service. You can also scan asset barcodes and QR codes right here from Meridian. You use your camera on your phone or your tablet, and it scans it, and it brings up all the documentation that is related to that piece of equipment. Pretty handy if you have those and don't want to type in the equipment number when you're searching. That was Meridian Mobile. So that is the product that comes along for the ride with Explorer. This next piece of the presentation is about IntelliMobile. And this is a product, like we said, it's a Hagerman IntelliModule product that is its own application. It's created by it's an app tree product, and we configure it to work for you. So you can access your vaults just like Meridian Mobile. It's tied directly to your vaults. It's available on Apple products or Android. There is a web beta version that they're testing out, but it's not quite there yet. You can have secure authentication, so you can have the same authentication as your Meridian vaults, but you can also, with this product, have SAML integration. That is asked for many. I've come across that this is asked for a lot on the mobile applications to add a layer of security. It's also configurable for your specific needs, and as you see, I have a picture of CU Boulder's IntelliMobile implementation. They allow us to demo, so that's why you see that. But you can change this app to align with your university or your city or even your plant logo. Your company logo can be at the top if you like, and you can change the colors. It's also configurable with these views here, similar to Explorer and Meridian Mobile. In IntelliMobile, you search using the metadata, same as any other search. If you use IntelliWizards, the data might look a little different than if you aren't using an IntelliWizard implementation, but it's all the same. So if you were to search on the building, for example, it would bring up whatever your building information property looks like in your mobile or your Meridian Vault. So, and then I have another example. Say you want to search for a specific project. You can also do that, and it will bring up a project list that is tied directly to your Vault database. And in this search box at the top, you can start typing anything that is in there. So if you're looking for something, some kind of flood repair, let's just use the first one, you can start typing flood, and it will filter out all the projects that don't have that anywhere in the title or description, so that it's easier to start whittling down the data so it's easily selectable. Once you find your document, you can also see the properties of the document. This includes all the metadata properties that you want to be shown. It makes it handy when you're making sure that it's the right pieces of information. You can filter by floor number when you do the building, but this allows you to do a general search and then scroll through and find the exact one you want. You can also open the PDF rendition from there. You just tap to open the attachment as it indicates on the screen, and it will open up that PDF for you. And you can scroll through it right there on the viewing page, and then you can go back to the document search using the back button. The little box at the top, if you push that square with the arrow, it will show you the other options you have. You can mark it up, you can print it, you can save it to your phone, that's the downloading. And then you can also utilize some of the built-in features of your phone, such as if you're on an Apple device, you can airdrop it to another person, the document itself. You can send it via email, and you can do various things that way. It makes it sometimes more flexible. You can also, with this app, find documents related to assets and vice versa. In some instances, with IntelliWizards, for example, you can tag in the metadata the equipment numbers without using the Meridian built-in function of tags. And you can find those assets in the list if you know the asset number. There's an integration directly with the famous mobile application. AppTree, as I said, is the creator of this app, the base product, and they also own the famous platform for mobile. So if you have famous, which CU Boulder does, they actually access IntelliMobile. They utilize it through their famous app. So their maintenance folks are used to famous. So they go to famous and query a piece of equipment. They do a document search from that application, and it comes from here. And all tied with your vault. So it's kind of handy if you have famous. I'm not sure if other applications will move forward, but it's a possibility. And it has the capability to scan asset barcodes and QR codes as well with your camera on your phone. You can take a picture, scan it, and it will pre-populate the equipment number and find all of those documents for you. The two products, while they are slightly different and they have a little bit of different capability, are basically the same. You can use both products with IntelliWizards or non-IntelliWizard configurations, so it's pretty flexible. They both utilize the Explorer piece of Meridian. They use that repository to search for the metadata. So you have to have Explorer in order to use either of the mobile options. So the benefits of mobile really is, especially now, as I stated, flexibility and the ability to access your documents anywhere so that everyone on your team has accurate information anywhere, anytime. It saves time traveling back and forth to maybe an archive room or wherever your O&Ms are stored now, hard copies. Most people are getting away from all hard copies and moving totally to digital, and this makes everything searchable. If you put it in Meridian and use the right metadata properties or asset tags, you will find it with your mobile. It reduces the use of paper copies. There was a time, and I remember this, having rolls of drawings on construction sites, hard copies of all the manuals, just paper everywhere, and you would make copies of certain pieces when you needed to go fix a piece of equipment. Well, with it all on your phone, you don't have to do that anymore, thus saving the environment just a tad. And then again, with the social distancing, you don't have to interact with someone in an office. You can just be independent and find everything on your phone and make comments and email back and forth right from the field. So it really is a benefit to look into this if it's right for your company, to have this asset information accessible anywhere. And that, in a nutshell, is the mobile options, are the mobile options for Meridian. I will now open it up for questions. I didn't do a deep technical dive. If you would like to do that, we're here. We can do a full demo and feel free to ask any questions and we can address them here, or if I don't have the exact answer, we will get that for you. I don't see any. I know it was short and sweet and to the point. Wait a few minutes, see if anybody has any questions. Okay, I must have covered enough because there aren't any questions. So I will turn it back over to Ashley for closing, and I thank everyone for your time.
Okay, thanks Jennifer for the presentation. And thank you all for attending today. Again, there will be a short survey that will pop up as we close, and we do appreciate if you will just take a few moments. I think it's 4 questions, and we do use that information. Also look out for an email tomorrow, which will contain a link for the recording of today's presentation. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you for attending. Bye.